Thanks for tuning in Summary MMA. In this video, Alex Pereira throws a curveball, calls out Israel Adesanya after finishing Jiri Prochazka. Tom Aspinall wants Jon Jones' dream fight for the undisputed UFC heavyweight title. The UFC announced new fights and handed out extra bonuses for UFC 295. Alex Pereira became a two-division champion at UFC 295, after finishing Jiri Prochazka with elbows to win the vacant light heavyweight title. With only 11 fights into his MMA career, it has been very impressed what the athlete has accomplished in just 2 years with the promotion, becoming the 9th ever two-division champion in UFC history. He has beaten 4 UFC champions, former middleweight champion Israel Adesanya, the current middleweight champion Sean Strickland, former light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz, and now former light heavyweight champion Jiri Prochazka. Following the win, Pereira quickly turned his attention to old friend, Israel Adesanya, with hopes to revive their rivalry, but this time in the light heavyweight division. I don't usually call people out, but I want a fight that is interesting for me. I think it will be interesting for everyone. He is a person that motivated me, saying I would stay in the bar drinking. But he rescued me, and recently he said he will just return to MMA in 2027. The same way he rescued me when I was down, I want to rescue him now. He is a talent fighter and shouldn't stop for a long time. The person I am talking about is Adesanya. All due respect, I won't do the same he did to me. He made me fight 3 times before he allowed me to challenge him for the middleweight belt. He can come right now to challenge me for my light heavyweight belt. I know it is a bit awkward, the champion challenging someone, but we have unfinished business. Hey Adesanya, come to daddy. As much as Pereira wants to keep busy, and wants to fight Adesanya again, he also addressed former light heavyweight champion Jamahal Hill, who was attending the event cageside, anticipating the chance to reclaim the title he relinquished after suffering a torn Achilles tendon. I am an active fighter, and I want to be an active champion. I always want to fight, and I am pretty sure Jamahal is not ready to fight. He is coming from a severe injury, and I don't think he will be ready to fight soon. Jamahal Hill was also not that impressed by what he saw from Prochazka or Pereira. Here's what the former light heavyweight champion had to say on the UFC 295 post-fight show.
Jamahal, obviously I have to ask, what were your thoughts on that main event between Jiri and Alex?
I thought it ended a little early, but all in all, I was just thinking like neither one of these dudes are on my level. Like neither one of them, I don't think they are in any facet of the game, and I can't wait to get back in full health and be able to show that.
Pereira and Adesanya's rivalry predates their work in the UFC. The two met twice in the kickboxing ring, with Pereira winning both bouts, the second time in 2017 by a vicious knockout. In their initial meeting in the UFC, Platón defeated Izzy by TKO in the 5th round, becoming the new UFC middleweight champion that night. In their last encounter in the UFC, Adesanya took his middleweight belt back from Pereira with a devastating knockout in the 2nd round. And the athlete took no time to go on social media after Pereira called him out to mock the new light heavyweight champion. Adesanya posted a meme showing the Brazilian knocked out and made up like Elsa from the movie Frozen. Pereira's win over Prochazka was not without controversy, where several fighters and fans online protested the referee's decision to stop the fight. But Jiri Prochazka shut down the UFC 295 stoppage controversy. Here's what he had to say in his first statement after the bout.
Margodar was right. Maybe 2-3 more seconds and it would be on different way. But what happened. I accept that. Watch me now. I'll be back, stronger than ever. Thank you for your support.
fellow light heavyweight fighters, Ian Blachowicz and Anthony Smith, weren't too happy with Pereira's call out of Adesanya, in hopes of being the next in line to fight the new champion, with Jamahal Hill sitting on the sideline due to injury. It also doesn't seem like UFC CEO Dana White is sold on another bout between Adesanya and Pereira. In his UFC 295 post-fight interview, he said Hill is the next person in line for Platon, once he's healthy. What do you think? Was the UFC 295 main event an early stoppage? And who do you want to see the new light heavyweight champion fight next? Tom Aspinall became the interim UFC heavyweight champion at UFC 295, after putting away Sergei Pavlovich with a stunning knockout, just 69 seconds into the first round. The fighter was overwhelmed by emotions, as he celebrated the victory with a UFC title wrapped around his waist for the first time. Aspinall has been called the future of the heavyweight division since joining the UFC roster. And he lived up to the expectations, especially with his performance against Pavlovich, claiming the interim title.
Tom Aspinall, the UFC interim heavyweight champion of the world. How's that sound, Tom?
Mission accomplished. I made a mission to myself after the knee injury. I decided I'm going to go all in or I'm going to retire. And I decided to go all in. And yeah, it's not often you'll see me lost for words, but this is, it went more perfect than I could have ever imagined, honestly.
As far as what comes next, Aspinall will likely have to wait until deep into 2024 for Jones to make his return for a planned fight against Stipe Miocic.
Yeah. Tom Aspinall, incredible. No controversy there whatsoever. I guess, man, what did you think about that? I think we all expected to go
guys
quick.
Stepping up, taking it on short notice, and you know, both big, heavy hitters. That could have gone either way, and Aspinall got it.
We see that guy, you know, hailing from England, obviously. Do you immediately think we got to take his next fight, we got to do it in England, like have a title fight over there, or do you think that?
Well, with a lot of these guys right now, you're looking at possible Spain, UK, France, you know,
yeah.
All good stuff. All new territories or places we've haven't been in a while or haven't been, or it's all good stuff.
We saw Stipe tonight, and obviously we wanted to have Stipe and Jon. Is that still the fight to make, or do you feel like maybe Tom deserves to fight Jon, or deserves to fight Stipe, or maybe that's a better fight?
No, you do those two.
Right.
Those two both deserve that fight. That's the fight they want. What I love is that Jon Jones, you know, as soon as he heard that he was injured and he knew how bad it was, went right to LA, got the surgery, and he's already in rehab. So. Physical therapy, I should say. He's in physical therapy. Yeah. Yes. Jon Jones is in physical therapy already.
All right.
We're happy about it.
And I guess so. Do you anticipate Tom defending the interim title because of like how they'll have to wait for that fight to happen? Do you expect him to fight somebody else?
I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see what happens. You know, took this fight on short notice. Obviously, looked great. He's got plenty of money to chill out for a minute, and we'll see.
What do you think? Who do you want to see Jon Jones fight next, Miocic or Aspinall? UFC 295 got to see all finishes in its 5-fight pay-per-view card. The UFC handed out Performance of the Night bonuses to all winners in the pay-per-view card last Saturday night, including one for the new light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira, who earned his 4th UFC performance bonus for his TKO of Jiri Prochazka in round 2 of the main event. Newly crowned interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall earned his 6th performance bonus for his 69-second stoppage of Sergei Pavlovich. Former strawweight champion Jessica Andrade handed Mackenzie Dern her first knockout loss, with punches in round 2. Breakout lightweight Benoit St. Denis earned his 3rd bonus by starching Matt Frevola, just 91 seconds into their main card bout. In the main card opener, Diego Lopez finished Pat Sabatini with punches for a 90-second knockout. In the prelim bout between Nazim Sadikov and Vyacheslav Borshev, captured Fight of the Night bonus. During Saturday's UFC 295 broadcast, the lineup for the December 16th UFC 296 main card was officially announced. In the main event, Leon Edwards will face Colby Covington. The co-main event will be Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. They also announced Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Thompson, Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett, and Vicente Luque versus Ian Machado Gary. In the main event of UFC 297, Sean Strickland will headline a UFC pay-per-view as a champion for the first time, facing Dricus du Plessis. In the co-main event, Raquel Pennington and Mayra Bueno Silva will battle for a vacant bantamweight championship. During Saturday's UFC 295 broadcast, more bouts were made official for this upcoming card. A light heavyweight bout of Ian Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. A featherweight bout of Arnold Allen versus Movsar Evloev. Featherweight bout of Charles Jourdain versus Sean Woodson. A welterweight bout of Neil Magny versus Mike Malott. A light heavyweight bout of Dominic Reyes versus Carlos Ulberg. A middleweight bout of Chris Curtis versus Marc-Andre Barriault, and a bantamweight bout of Brad Katona versus Garrett Armfield. If you like the content, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can get the latest news in UFC and other MMA promotions. Thanks for watching.